Hello guys, the DB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time I'm going to be going over a bunch of OCG lists and starting off with the Road of the King metagame breakdown. So let's go ahead and hop right into this. So looking at it, we can see that Fire King was still about 25%, so this number has definitely been, dwindling down. Voiceless Voice still in second with 12.7%. Snake Eye has really jumped up in the OCG. This wasn't really played that much before. They did get the Snake Eye Diabolister, which is a new monster, which maybe is the reason why this is being played more. The Tenpai Dragon, which we don't have this yet. We get this in the LOD set that's coming out later on. I think in like May or something like that, or end of April. Then Flu, Branded, Centauron, Melodius. I don't remember how to say this deck's name exactly, but this deck came out a long time ago, and I think like Duelist Alliance. And this deck also has got some brand new support in the upcoming set where the Tenpai stuff comes out. But okay, let's go ahead and scroll down. We can also see just like infinite one-of decks, which is like, kind of expected. Then we have like Fire King. So it said Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is a tech card against Tenpai Dragon and has become a common sight in the side deck. Ghost Ogre is used to destroy the Brimming Sengen Monitor when its effect to add a Tenpai monster from the deck to the hand. Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit can also be played against Voiceless and Centauron, making it a worthy inclusion in the side deck. Yep, that's fair. Because, I mean, if you look at the thing, right, like Voiceless, Tenpai, Centauron, that's like, it's a decent amount of the field, I guess. And Tenpai is also a really scary deck. I guess like Centauron's not as scary now because they don't have calamities. In TCG we have calamities, so Centauron, that deck is kind of scary because you almost have to like stop them. You can't beat them with just engine. Then they said Thrower tweeted that he had no way to out the opponent's Borland Dragon in the final match against Rocket Tenpai Dragon because Sinful Spoil Snake Eye Fire King relies on mostly monster effects, either targets or destroys, to remove the opponent's threats. A common solution would be to run Underworld Goddess instead of the Decode Heat Soul Talker in the extra deck, which we've actually seen a lot more people play the Underworld Goddess, especially because like IP into it's pretty strong, and then you have its other effect to negate stuff, and then you have its other effect to stop a Reborn from the graveyard. But just looking at the extra deck here, we can see that they're still playing the Fire King XYZ. They're playing 2 islands, Skybird in the main. We've talked about this before. Again, like that stuff's going to be a little bit more common in the OCG because they have Max C, so they always need a plan B. They need their side engine to be as strong as possible. But anything other, like they still don't play Oak. Okay. So it's pretty much the same exact main deck as before. Nothing really has changed here, to be honest. But looking at the side deck, we can see the Ghost Ogre's been sided in now, and that's really the only other change. Like Cosmic's still there, Solemn Strike is still a card that OCG's side decking a bunch. Being able to use that on like, the main monsters in a lot of decks is pretty good, like Snake Eye Ash or Low or whatever you're playing against. It's always going to be like decent enough. And then we have Voiceless Voice. So it said Ghost Bell and Haunted Mansion has a wide coverage in the current metagame and is a decent option to run in the main deck. Against Fire King and Snake Eye, Ghost Bell can be used to negate the activation of Flameburge effect or Princess effect. Against Voiceless Voice, Bell could be used to negate the activation of the Safara Queen effect in the hand because that can also add back from the graveyard. It can stop pre-prep because that can also add back from the graveyard. Or Low's effect to summon itself from the graveyard. Ghost Bell also doubles up to protect your own Low from being banished by opponents called by the graves or bestial monsters. Then it said this player went 6-1, excluding 1 bye, and finished in the 5th to 8th. Okay, which had 127 players. So, looking at this list here, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like this Ritual lineup. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I think this Ritual lineup's nice. And then anything crazy like 3 Ash, 2 Belt, 3 Maxi, 2 Veiler, 3 Imperm, plays Extravagance, doesn't play Pot of Prosperity in the deck. That card also is at 1 in the OCG. They get to play the new spell, which, is like the one that we saw before, the one I made the combo video about. You get to like add back and do all that. This is definitely just a one-of. This definitely helps like the longevity of the deck. Then, yeah, that's why you play, like, the Secure Garden, the 2 Dino Mondo, which I think is going to be, like, absolute standard. I think like 2 Dino Mondo. I think 1 SP is fine, but I think 2 Dino Mondo is going to become like absolutely standard, even if you're not playing Extravagance. Just because it feels like this comes up a decent amount. And then looking at the side deck, we can see Droll, the Delta, Gamma, Driver, DDG, Summon Limit, tons of going first nice cards. Heavy Storm, it's kind of cool how they have that. Then it says Snake Eye. So Snake Eye Diabellster is a new card from Legacy of Destruction that has greatly boosted the Snake Eye decks. Divine Temple can now be used to place the Diabellster face up in the spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. Then Snake Eye Diabellster would be able to summon itself, then place another fire monster from your graveyard into the spell and trap zone as a continuous spell. Pretty much what the card does, it's this card right here. It's the fire level 8. What it does is it has that effect where if it's treated as a continuous spell, activate, special summon, put a fire into the spell and trap zone, so it's like a free body. And then also if it battles an opponent's monster, you can use its effect to put both of them into the spell and trap zone. Pretty sure that's what it does. Like 99% sure. Not only is Snake Eye Diabellster an additional body for Link Summon, the other fire monster can be placed. Yeah, it can also be used to activate the effect of Snake Eye Ash or Oak. This would translate to an additional Pit Knight early in the opening setup. Okay, so they're playing the Pit Knight early in this setup. Okay, and Pier. That's interesting. It says, interestingly, Snake Eye Diabellster is a spellcaster monster and can be summoned by Selene effect. Yeah, so, I mean, Selene works well with Black Witch, it works well with the new Snake Eye Diabellster, works well with Veiler. There's tons of spellcasters that you can summon back out. You have Wanted that can get to that engine too. You have Temple that can get to this. This can get to Temple. So, you're like almost always able to go for Selene in this build. Like, guaranteed now. Like, even at TCG, you can get to, like, Selene a decent amount. But we play, like, you've seen a lot of people play Magician Souls and Pure. But this also just helps you get to it in a different way. A lot easier. And then the extract, we see like the Pit Knight early, 2 SP little guy, Selene, Access Code, Heat Soul. They're not playing Jet Synchron with like Savage or Baron. Maybe just because that card, like Jet Synchron itself, isn't like the greatest thing to draw. And also, once again, like they are in a Max C format. So maybe they don't want to go for that. I don't know. I feel like maybe you would just full commit and put it in the deck anyways. And it's like, if I don't get Max Seed, I'm going to try to full combo and try to end on like a broken end board. That almost just like, it doesn't like auto win the game, but it definitely helps out a lot. Then looking at the side deck, Flame Burge is there. Probably sides that in when they go first. Yeah, probably sides that in when they go first. Phantasmic, Ghost Ogre, Change of Heart. Okay, so it seems like Ghost Ogre is starting to be played a lot in the side deck in OCG. So, these are things that we can, like, note and maybe, like, test out in TCG. Personally, I'm not testing the LOD, the Legacy of Destruction set yet. I'm going to wait until after Vegas. But, maybe Ghost Ogre is something that you pick up sooner rather than later because it seems like everybody's starting to play that card. Let me see. Tenpai Dragon. Tenpai Dragon is a new theme from the Legacy of Destruction that is able to dish out an absurd amount of damage during the battle phase. Yes, this deck can get like 30,000 damage or something like that. Kutoria concluded in his note that Kaiser Coliseum is his answer for the current metagame. When going first, Kaiser Coliseum is used with Seal to set up a lock that limits the opponent to 1 monster. Yeah, then when they attack Seal, you just use the effect to bounce it back, and then you summon another monster to keep Coliseum activated. Oh, that's so toxic. One scenario that happened during the tournament was his opponent attacked. Okay, I'm gonna kind of skip over that part. Yeah, he said he got the summon Phantasmi to re-enable the Kaiser Coliseum. Yeah, I feel like the Kaiser Coliseum, we can kind of skip over that stuff because, like, that's not gonna translate over to TCG because that card's banned in the TCG. That card deserves to be banned. I hate that card so much. But okay, looking at the list, we can see that they are playing a small rocket package, which, like they said, the Borderland can end up being very strong. Nobody's playing Sky Crisis. Borderland can just be a little bit hard to out. Nobody's playing Subversion in their deck or anything like that. Subversion's a card that you can get to try to out it, which would like then force Borderland to stop like a Poplar or like, you know, a Black Witch or something that can get the subversion. They're playing the Blackwing package. Okay, but I think like the more interesting part of the deck is the fact that they are just playing the rocket stuff. I don't think we've really seen that in these deck lists yet. Yeah, we see Gold Sark, Banished Blaster effect. I can go ahead and search. Yeah, Blaster is legal in the TCG. Gold Sark, I'm pretty sure, yeah, Gold Sark's also out one. So that's something that we'll probably also see play. You know, just things to note. Side deck shifter, droplet, slash draw. I'm pretty sure that's the name of this card. Wait, no, it's not slash draw. It's the salad card. It's the card that you can activate it, target like a link 4, draw 4 cards, and then you can only summon fires that turn, which for this deck is fine, right? Because I'm guessing when you go second, if you're putting this card in, you're probably putting in like a bunch of going second cards, and I mean, you could just take out, you know, like the 5-card rocket package. Like, we're not playing a very big rocket package in our deck. I'm guessing that's just in the deck, so that way when we go first, we have like more actual plays to make. And then, okay, so it says conclusion, the impact of the legacy of destruction is slowly showcasing in the competitive scene. Voiceless Voice and Snake Eye are only running one new card, but that has greatly improved their build and are gaining more tops across more tournaments. Tenpai Dragon has become a respectable contender and players are allocating side deck slots against them. Centauron and Melodiosus are also gaining some tops, a notable amount, but not significant yet. Okay, so now we can go on to, you know, as I said before, you always want to like check out the references and stuff. So I have some of the references open here. We can go ahead and check out some of their lists here. So we can see a Snake Eye Fire King deck. 3 Ash, 3 Maxi, 3 Veiler, 1 Droll, 3 Imperm, you know, playing Droll because Cross out. Doesn't play a copy of Nib though. And then Grunix only plays 2 Kieran. They play Oak. They play Oak. They're learning. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I know they have Maxi in their format, but I could not imagine playing this deck without Oak. I'm not gonna lie. That card is just, it's so good. It's such a good card in this deck. I couldn't imagine playing the deck without it. And I played without it at the very beginning. 1 Island, 1 Sanctuary, 1 Skyburn. Okay, you know, 3 Bonfire, 3 Wanted, Original, doesn't play Temple in the deck, and then Summon Limit in the side deck. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this player's build's kind of nice compared to some of the other lists we saw. Ghost Ogre, yeah, I mean, that card just, it seems like literally everybody's side decking 2 of that card. Yeah, like, next list, 2 of it. Okay, probably side decking 2 of it isn't, like, the most correct thing, but maybe it works with their side deck patterns. And then we have Centauron playing 3 Primera, 3 Trudia, 1 of the new one, 1 Emeth. Yeah, so cut Emeth down, because you can play 1 of this, which is fair enough. Going past the non-engine, we got Oath, Terraforming, the new spell that summons token, 3 stand up, and a bonds. We see 3 Kaiser Coliseum and a skill drain in the main deck, and also playing 2 traps. I don't know if you probably have to play that stuff though. It's just so rough because they don't have calamities. The new Centauron Synchro 12 is nice. It's infinitely better than summoning the one that lets you just draw 1 turn 1. Like being able to search for a Centauron card. Like, specifically being able to search for any Centauron card instead of drawing 1 card is, like, so much better in so many scenarios going first. Obviously. Then we have a Voiceless Voice deck playing the 4 Ritual Monsters. Yeah, 3 Pre-Prep. Plays Prosperity. Doesn't play Extravagance in the deck, so kind of cut down on some consistency stuff to be able to play more non-engine cards. And then... I like those sleeves. I don't have them next to me. But those are like my favorite OCG sleeves ever, the Rescue Rat sleeves. Because over here it's called Rescue Hamster. Over there it's called Rescue Rat. It's a little rat. Then we got the Tenpai deck. Okay, this was with the rocket stuff. I'm pretty sure it's the list that we just looked at a second ago. No, it's not. It's not at all. No, because they're playing Super Poly in the deck. They're not playing, like, the black winged synchros and stuff. Okay. I wonder if the black wing synchro stuff is, like, I don't think it's mandatory, but it's probably good, right? I guess they want to play Super Poly in the deck. Super Poly is also a pretty good card. Actually, yeah, Super Poly seems kind of nice in this meta. Like, in the meta that they have. It is at 2, which is also why they're only playing 2 of it. Got Voiceless Voice. Anything interesting? Once again, playing like one pot card, not a bunch of them. Deciding to play, more non-engine stuff in the deck. And then, Ghost Ogre on the side. Wait. I can't even tell. Hold on. Let me hit a little zoom in right here. I can't even tell what these cards are. I actually don't know what these cards are. I thought this was Summon Limit for a second, but it doesn't look like it. I actually just don't know. I don't know. And I don't think they have like a, I guess like a transcript or something for the cards' names. So I guess I would have to just, scavenge through DB trap cards and try to find them. But that is interesting. Then we have the Pendulum deck. This is, wait. This is like the new, So we're playing like a bunch of old Pendulum cards, but with the new Melodices cards. I still don't know how to say those cards' names. I'll learn it very soon though. But okay, that's not how I was expecting the deck to be played. I'm not gonna lie, but it looks like that's how they were playing the deck there. Then we got Ash, Maxi Imperm, Droll, Veiler, playing the Fire King Snake Eye deck. They're also playing Oak. God, yes, they are learning. Let's go. Improvements. Okay, and then here is another one of those Melodices decks. We got the Super Heavy Samurai package in it. Okay, Skull Crowback Joker. Okay. Wait. This isn't, I can't even tell. Wait, this isn't even the Melodices deck, right? This is actually I think this is the Valiant deck? Gosh, it's just so hard to tell. I literally can't tell from right here. Okay, but let's go on to the next one now. So this one has a, oh, okay. Let me just go ahead and zoom in. I had this zoomed in before. I don't know why I unzoomed out. But I have yes, we see YuGiOh with like just a very small Unchained package, just a 1 Shavara, 1 Chamber. I'm pretty sure like 1 Shavara, 1 Chamber is just going to be played in a lot of Fiend decks. Like we saw it in Labyrinth. It's not surprising to see it in YuGiOh. I feel like we're going to start seeing that package come up more and more. Like as time goes on, we'll see it in more different decks. And then scrolling down, we see a DDD deck. Yeah, the DD free. That deck is buns. Alright, on to the next one. We have a Fire King Snake Eye deck. Yes, okay, so it literally seems like every single player is playing Oak now. They're playing Oak, 1 Island. Yeah, I feel like that's just the better way to play it. You want to have a stronger Snake Eye package for sure. Like, if you don't get hit with Maxi, like, this stuff's just broken. And then nothing crazy in the extra deck there. Got a Rescue Ace deck. They're playing 2 Poplar in it with the bonfires. Still playing 2 Poplar. I don't know. 2 Poplar seems kind of wild. They play Contain. It looks like they don't play Extinguish. It looks like Contain and Reinforce, which kind of sucks, but I guess you just have to simply play. I mean, you don't want to play 3 traps in your deck. And they have Emergency at 1, which kind of hurts. Then next list, we have a Salamangreat list that played Kaiser Coliseum, Imperm, Bell, Droll, Maxi, Ash, playing 1 Sign of Mining, a Desires, up the Monster Cow. Oh, they also play 2 Nib. I don't know why they put the 2 Nib up here. But 3 Lady Debug, 1 Salamangreat of Fire. So I don't know how I feel about that. Not sure how I feel about that. Salamangreat of Fire is really good. Obviously, you can get access to it through, like, Mirage Stalio. The Weasel's also just a broken card for this deck. Looking at the extract, only 2 Bailings. Okay, Horse Prince, Mirage Stalio, World Sea, Cyber's Wicked that I can search out. You know, like the Weasel. Okay, 2 Bailings, so a little bit wild. A little bit. I guess it's like okay. They do play Jaguars, so they can put back a Bailings. Then looking at this list, because like you don't have to protect with Bailings on your turn 1, you can just let it get popped. You like almost never have to protect on your turn 1 play. But okay, looking at this list, oh wait, see, it's weird because this list I know for a fact I zoomed out on it. Okay, so this is a Ritual Beast deck. Playing a Thunder, Dragon Colossus, the Flame Banshee, and then okay, going to the main deck. Oh, it has Protoss in the side there. Wow. So now looking at this, yeah, we see the Nemesis package. You know, you can go Flame Banshee, Search, and you can get a Thunder Dragon Colossus out. I'm happy that card is banned in TCG. Skill Drain in the main deck. T-Fissure in the main deck. Ash, Maxi Nib, Shifter, Ritual Beast stuff. You know, Elder, Kanahawk. You know, etc., etc., etc. And then, okay, so it looks like that was the only list for that one. Now we have some more lists. This was from the 167th Next Play Cup. This was the top 4, so we have a Fire King Snake Eye list. Nothing too crazy. No Oak. We got Ogre, DD Crow, Strike, Delta. And then looking at this list right away from the side deck, I know that we play the Betrayal and we play Dramatic Chase. They also have a pointer. It's crazy that they have a pointer and like nobody's playing it. But yeah, Dramatic Chase plus the Betrayal Trap, definitely playing Pier. And then, oh, even main decking Ghost Ogre now. Which I don't know if that is correct. I don't know if that's correct. I guess you can cross out it if you're afraid of other people main decking it, but it seems like everybody's side decking it if you want to like truly be able to cross out that card. Subversion in the main deck, a 1-for-1. Underworld Goddess. Next list, we have another Pure version. They're not side decking Dramatic Chase or anything like that. Main deck's 2 Temple, 1-for-1, the new Snake Eye Diabolister. This list was playing the new one too, right? Yeah. That list was also playing 2 Flame Birds. This list is only playing 1 Flame Bird. 3 Astromexy, 3 Valor, 3 Imperm Nib, 2 Called By, Cross Out, Talents, a Pot of Prosperity for a little bit more consistency. Plays 3 Poplar. I mean, the deck's consistent, right? Like 3 Snake Eye Ash, 3 Poplar, 3 Black Witch, 3 Bonfire, 3 Wanted, 1-for-1 original. You know, like that is a lot of consistency type cards. You also have like Called By, Cross Out as protectors with them, so even though that these cards may not be extenders, they'll like try to help your first card go through. And then we have a Fire King Snake Eye deck, which this is looking more like the standard list that they've been playing. No Oak, 2 Island, 1 Skyburn in the main. We do see Dramatic Chase and Betrayal in the side deck, which is just incorrect, right? Because, I mean, you have to draw a combo, and then on top of that, draw Black Witch, which we're also only playing like 4 of, and we're putting those in the main deck. I don't know, it seems a little bit weird. They have a pointer at more than 1. I can't believe they're not playing this card at all. This card's broken. Then, okay, so champion of this next tournament was Team King of Salted Fish. Alright, fair enough. Immaculate Faultless. Alright, from left to right. Alright, we got Rose, Snake Eye King. Rose? Oh, I thought there was going to be Red Rose in it. No, okay. It's just a standard list. Then we got a Snake Eye list. A Snake Eye Fire King list. Pretty much just, they play Oak. Other than that, it looks pretty standard. 1 Island. Then we got another Fire King Snake Eye list. With Oak. 1 Island. Alright. And then we got the runner-up team. Oh gosh, this is Infernoid. I wish I could see the picture better, because this is actually a cool deck. We got Infernoid with the Horus cards in the deck. You know, the Snake Eye cards in the deck. Grass looks greener in the deck. Gosh, it's just so hard to see it, but this top list is just all Infernoid monsters. There's also a lot of Infernoid monsters. That's a lot of them. I don't know if you'd want to play that many. I know you're playing 60, but like, a lot of those cards aren't the greatest cards to draw. Magical Midfield Breaker in the side deck. Now we have Snake Eye, Fire King, so that's the side deck up there. Yeah, it's just too hard to see some of these lists, which is like, whatever. I mean, their lists are also, like, look how shiny this is. There's so many cards super shiny. We got Strike, Cosmic Talons, Droll, Diddy Crow, Driver Delta. Wait, side decks Appo? Or is that 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14? Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay. I was like, there's no shot we're side decking Appo. But you could. You know, if you ever side deck any extra deck card, you will have access to it 100% of the time. It's not like, you know, you side in one Cosmic in your main deck. You know, you better draw it, which is like, odds are it's not going to happen. You're just adding to, like, the numbers, right? Like, if you side in, like, one DD Crow in your main deck, like, odds are you're not going to draw it. But now, let's say, like, when you go second, now that you sided in that DD Crow, now you have 17 hand traps. Now you have a 70% chance of drawing 2 hand traps. You know, obviously they're not all worth the same value-wise. Like, some of them are going to be a little bit more, low impact than others. But still, it helps you, like, reach the 70% if that's what they're trying to do. But, you know, extra cards, you see them 100% of the time. That's why you can side deck stuff like Abyss Dweller, and it's actually just, like, not a bad thing to do. Okay, looking at the, oh my gosh, another Infernoid list. Okay. We got Fire King Snake Eye list, Fire King Snake Eye list. And this will be the last one I look at for these ones, just because the lists are kind of hard to look at. But you can pause the video if you want to try to, like, see exactly what's in there. D-Barrier in the side. A Ghost Rare Harpy's Feather Duster. We got Voiceless Voice. Yeah, playing the 4 rituals. And then just DDG, Dark Ruler No More, 2 Dynamondo, 2 SP, plays Extravagance. And then we got a Voiceless Voice list here, playing Extravagance, the 4 rituals, Chaos Angel, you know, we played Diviner, Tiaras, only 2 Veiler in the main deck, which is kind of interesting, and a Snake Eye meta. And also Veiler just, like, works against most other decks. Now we have top 4 of a tournament. We got Ritual Beast again. And I don't want this deck to be popular. I don't want it to be popular. This deck is oh gosh. This takes so long. Okay, now we got more Ritual Beast. No shot. Ritual Beast got first and second at this tournament. I forgot to I should have looked exactly how many people were in this tourney. This is, I think this is the one I didn't do, because this one wasn't translated. Okay, Flew in 3rd place. Flew in 4th place. Yeah, I accidentally did not look over this tourney. Scratch all that, because that one just can't be real. I know I looked over this one, though. Because this one was main deck and Gravekeeper's Inscription. They were playing 2 Steeds. And then, you know, Ghost Ogre in the side, a Pointer, Anti-Spell, playing Link Spider for when they get hit with Rock, I'm guessing. Right? I mean, I was gonna say, do these lists play Link Spider? They do not, okay. And then, yeah, Inspector Border. Yeah, like, just stunned that deck. Thought this would be cool to include into the video. Just because, you know, some people, they don't want to play meta. They want to play the opposite of it. They want to play something like this. Which is just, it is a deck list that you can indeed play. And then Fire King Snake Eye, main decking the Psy-Frame stuff. Which, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about main decking that stuff. Like, main deck, I guess, like, it's, like, okay a little bit. This stuff, like, Delta seems not good. Gamma seems like a fine, because you're in a Max C format. Maybe if Duel was being played in the main too, like if everyone was main decking 3 Maxi, 3 Duel, then you can just go like main phase, Bonfire, Wanted, you can go Bonfire, search Poplar, you can go Wanted, search Black Witch, maybe you go like Island, pop a fire, search Garunix, you know, all that stuff could potentially bait the opponent into dropping Maxi or Duel, kind of feels like Pearly, where you can like bait your opponent into stopping your stuff, or trying to stop your stuff, and they're just like, bam, game on your own turn, and that's just game. Then we got another Flu list right here, 2 Dreaming Town. Yeah, Matt. Like the fact that they have Maxi in their format actually just like gives this deck like an inherent boost, because this deck doesn't special summon. So if your opponent draws Maxi, which they definitely are main decking 3 of those cards, it's just dead. And then you have like so many high impact hand traps compared to the other deck lists. You know, at least when you're playing against the opponent. Because, like, if they're playing against Flu, they're not going to have that many high, like, they might have some, like, Ash, Imperm, Veiler, like, those are pretty good. But, like, you know, you're going to have, like, Maxi Shifter against all of your opponents game 1. Obviously, into the other games, too. Okay, now going over these lists. Got Snake Eye Fire King. Okay. Again, just, like, nothing crazy. And then we got Snake Eye Fire King. Alright, I'm not even gonna lie. I think I own ogres already, so I'm not gonna have to get them. But I'm gonna have to double check, cause I'm pretty sure I own them from back in like Brave format. Cause it seems like literally every single list is playing that card. They're playing 3 traps in their Rescue Ace list. I'm out. Then we got Magispector cards in this deck, with some Draco Slayers, Super Heavy Samurai cards. We got 3 Maxi, 3 Veiler, 3 Duel, 3 Ash. This list is... I don't even know what to say about this list. I think this is like one of the better Pendulum lists I've seen in a while, because I can see like actual going second cards in the deck. Like 12 of them. That's nice. Having some going second stuff. And then next list. See, Voiceless Voice. Only a couple more lists to go over, then this is done. We got Voiceless Voice playing Prosperity and 2 Extravagance. Bestials in the side deck. DDG, Thrust. See a Centauron deck. Okay, so it seems like the ratio for the Centauron cards, a lot of them are playing the same ratio. And then, they're main decking some Bestials too, which Bestials do work in this deck rather well. They're not playing like Lubellion or anything like that, but they're playing like Magma Mud, Druis Worm, Baldrake, you know, being able to make Baron, and then Baron can tag out, and you can remake Baron. See Gamma in the main deck. Oh, but it looks like, yeah, okay. Yeah, Gamma's pretty good. Gamma's pretty good in this deck. If you draw it, you can discard it off stand up. It's a really strong go-in second card. They're playing tons of one-ofs for the cross-out, like Ogre, Droll, Nib. Which Ogre... I don't know. It's weird. Because if you're in a cross-out meta... Like, I don't know. And the thing is, they only have 1 cross-out, though. So it's like, what are the odds you're going to draw a cross-out and your opponent draws the one-of hand trap that's in their deck list? Like, I don't think I'd main deck Ogre. I think I'd side deck it to be able to stop it. And even then, it might not be worth it. But Ogre might just be worth it in the side deck in general. And then if you go first, it's like, okay, I'll still side this in against the decks it's good against, and now my cross-out can also hit it too. They played Deck Lockdown. We saw this card in, I think it was Paulo's list. I'm pretty sure it was Paulo's list from the UDS. And now that card does say players can't search, and they can't special summon from the deck. So that hurts the Snake Eye engine pretty much entirely. That's what the entire Snake Eye engine does, is it searches and it summons from deck, and that's what this card stops. So maybe that's something we'll also see a little bit of an uptick in. We're not seeing it much in these OCG lists, but maybe we'll start seeing it some more in the TCG. I know that I saw it in Paulo's list when he was shuffling in the UDS, but he didn't actually get to activate it. So it's something that may have, like, kind of flew under the radar. I'm pretty sure it was Paulo, again, pretty sure. Now we have a Magical Chicken Saves the Girl deck list. I wanted to include this one. This was the one Exo Sister that was on the deck breakdown. I thought this list was cool because, like, we've really cut down on the Exo Sisters like we've seen in some of the other lists, but we're not playing, like, a sub-engine. We're just playing a lot more non-engine, like 3, 6, 9, 10, 12, 14, 17, 20. So we're playing, like, 20 non-engine in the deck, and then we play 20 engine. And then, yeah, but cutting down on all the Exo Sisters does kind of hurt. I get not wanting to play stuff like Irene and, Stella, but it also makes your stuff like Alice a little bit worse. I feel like this deck gets hurt really bad by a hand trap, like really bad. So I don't know if I actually agree with how this deck list is built, but maybe this is just how you have to build it in current format. I just don't think this deck works in a Snake Eye meta. I think the Snake Eye deck is just too good compared to a deck like this. And I really like Exo Sister, so hopefully this deck becomes at least decent enough one day. It's definitely a deck that will always be under the radar, though. It'll almost always be under the radar. Like, when it becomes good, it's not like people are going to be like, oh, dude, Exo Sister's crazy. It's going to be that deck that goes under the radar, and then someone does well with it, and then people talk about it. I think that's how this deck would go. It's not gonna instantly pop into people's minds. But yeah, and they're also playing 3 Aritama, 3 Sakitama. Those cards are good. Those cards are good. Sakitama's really nice, for sure. Because if you open up, like, anybody plus Sakitama, that's combo. Obviously, Aritama by itself is combo. If you draw Aritama plus Sakitama, that means Valor or Imperm on Aritama. You can extend through it. Yeah, but okay. That's going to be it for the video. I know it's kind of long, but I wanted to go over tons of stuff, so I think, some things to note from this are, I guess, like, Ghost Ogre is something that they're really starting to play. There's not too much to actually take away from this. I guess, like, more of, like, the Legacy of Destruction decks is stuff that we can take away from this, like the Tenpai deck. But I guess, like, Ghost Ogre is, like, a huge takeaway. That's something that will be popping up, like, almost guaranteed in the metagame in the future. Again, I haven't tested it, so I'm not 100% sure, but maybe that's something that you pick up sooner than later. Deck Lockdown, it's something that I got to, like, bring up that refreshed my mind, reminding me that was in the UDS lists, or UDS list. But okay, with that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace, have a nice day, stay safe.